Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and hope you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and gee, jolly willikers. I can't stop flying around in the oversized sewing machine that is the Grille 15. I adore this tank. Have a whole lot of fun in this tank, and I know it's a bit of a tough drive, and it's a tank that depends so much on knowledge of map positions and everything else, but bugger me if I don't just want to drive it all day. It's a funny thing doing videos every day of the week, and by the way, this is a patron-sponsored post. If you like me doing videos every day of the week, let the world know by throwing $1 my way, letting my wife know that the channel is indeed growing and that everything is indeed growing, and I can keep doing this and everything's going to be fine. That's what she worries about. Little Manu's back. He's back in the fold. He is currently in a little dog bed and a cage on bed rest only. The wonder dog is alive and kicking, and he's not very happy, but there you go. He's doing his level best. This is the last one, I promise. I won't do any more Grille videos. I've also had this horrific run lately where I keep doing 5,000 damage in games and dying. Indeed, my entire Object 704 review I did was me doing 5k games, multiples of 5k games and dying. But I just find this such a wild and crazy tank to drive. You can see on the right-hand side of the map, we've got 4 tanks over there, 3 heavies, 1 TD, and the IS-7 is already yelling about the team sucking. I have been over here doing my level best to pump. The PTA has gone. He's not going to do any good here. He has 738 hit points versus 632 on the STB, but he's not really doing the business. Well, he wasn't doing so bad, but we had to help him out. And you can see why I like this tank, can't you? I mean, everything's gone to hell in a handbasket over there. They had a couple of whinges from the IS-7. They had 4 tanks, 3 heavies, 1 TD versus 5 tanks, and they have literally killed 0 tanks. And by literally, I mean that's actually the number. They've killed 0 tanks. So they've not done very well. It's very hard to see that they're upset. I like driving the Grille like this, in a very aggressive manner with your mediums. And I don't know what the PTA just did there. We had 2 tanks left and he just charged. Anyway, there you go. Can't say fairer than he had an attempt. Now it's just me versus the world again. And this is where the Grille really doesn't excel, because it's soft like butter and it gets smashed. And I thought I'd show this one because I've had so many videos lately where I've just been wrecking it in the Grille. But this is absolute truism. You can see that Grille's coming over, going to go to HE, try and hit him as he tops over. There we go, 895. There's now a Waffen tractor. We push forward, skip one from him, backing it up. We've still got the HE loaded. We're going to donk this shot. They actually blew all my modules there, that Grille did, which really wasn't helpful. We've got the AP round switch up. We're going to get the kill on the Grille. There we go. Another big shot. Big heavy. Duck backwards. Drive backwards really, really fast. Dodge the HE incoming from the waffle tractor. My ammo wreck's dead. My commander's copped a flogging. Can we get any more in? Ah, 900 from the HE. Drive forward really, really. Ah! The waffle finally gets me. It's a monster of a tank. It really is. I mean, you saw that game there. You can be aggressive in it. You can drive really, really fast. The turret makes it so much fun. 4.5k, high caliber. Didn't really get a lot of help from everyone, but that happens. And that's about as big a win as you'll see from me. It's just how it goes. This is the T110e4. Now you're going to see a common theme with this tank and the Grille. They both got turrets. Neither of them have fully traversing 360-degree turrets, but they do have turrets that will go fairly well. The E4 has a better turret. It'll get all the way around 180 degrees. Full left, full right. It won't get to the back. The Grille will get about 45 degrees, 50 degrees over each drive wheel, which is better than nothing, and it certainly allows you, with the huge pace and the mobility of the tank, to move about. Now, I don't have any troubles whatsoever in the Grille traversing. I've had people tell me that you've got to drive double fuel rations. I think that's just a bit of a waste. Gun handling is so important in this game. It is absolutely killer, and that's the margin for errors. You can often negate mobility, and when you've got enough mobility and if you use your sense, you can get around the map pretty well, but gun handling seems to be the ticket for me. Now for me, the E4 is one of the great unsung tanks in Blitz. I don't know about it as a a competitive gaming tank. It doesn't seem to have that going for it, but what it does have going for it is a fairly solid armor profile, a very, very good gun, an exceptionally good gun, a turret, and really surprising mobility for a TD. And if you don't mind spending a little bit of money on your premo, you can go hog wild in this tank. You can see, look at that, another 640 in the big 150mm gun on the E4. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't love the mouse too much. You get a big TD like this, you can just go to APCR and nothing really matters. You just can't stop it. I don't know where that went, but there you go. Firing APCR, it should have gone straight through those, and I thought it would have hit the Yag, but it did not. We're in a very strong position here on Temple. This is probably one of the key points on the map. Or not probably, it is. This is where you can dominate the whole Temple area up here in the plaza. Unfortunately, I'm having to turn around. I'm anticipating some big nuts coming up the back door. Don't want to say that again fast. It might sound terrible. That mouse is down, but the Yag is still alive over there. And I don't know what's going on, but they're getting absolutely wrecked. The Yag and the Yag Panzer 100 and the 183 on our right side. They're obviously spotted and getting done by someone over there on the far flank. I think it may be the E75, and we're at severe hit point distress, or rather severe tank distress. Now, we get so much for the T54 being a nerfed turret, hey? Looks pretty solid there to me. That was with a 300mm odd penning shell, the AP. Now, there's the I7 pushing out. Lots of targets now to cover. Now, this is where I really like this tank, because it is actually a pretty bloody mobile tank. 706, very nice roll on the 4202. I'm worried about my backside there. But for all that, you can see, I don't really consider this to be a TD. It feels to me like a heavy tank all through and through, much like the T30 does at Tier 9. And I think it's actually one of the best heavy tanks you can drive at Tier 10. In terms of an offensive juggernaut, it's very, very hard to think of a tank that can bring this to the table that is a heavy. I mean, the IS-7, for all the fact that it is a formidably armoured tank, this thing's got TD pen numbers, it's got TD damage, and it's got heavy tank mobility. I mean, it's more mobile than the E100, it's got a better gun, it's got every bit as good an armour profile in my opinion, and it's got a whole lot better in terms of penetration. The penetration on this is brilliant. Firing APCR instead of heat. And obviously, bit of a foregone conclusion now. 1 on 4. I'm going to take one from the FV. I'm sorry, I'm going to give one to the FV. And the IS-8 actually in this game did an exceptionally good job. The Tier 9 IS-8, he pumped a lot of damage out too. But I've got a 183. That Yag Tiger is still alive, can you believe it? He managed to sit down there at the back and back up and back up. That shot that didn't go in was a real tragedy. Was hoping to sneak one in really quickly there and not take one in return, but instead I copped a full AP shell from the 183, which is unfortunate, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. One of those things would have been good if I hadn't have taken that, if I had got away with that, if his turret was looking around the other side or had have snapped it off first, we may well have been able to sneak in and get the win here. But as it is, we did our level best. You see again, the Yag Tiger from behind. That Yag, absolutely brutal. 291 hit points left. That shot, if it had gone in. 5.4k again. It's like the magic number. 4k from the IS-8. Pretty cool. And 3 kills. And yeah, again, fantastic tank. The T110e4, just an absolute barnstormer as far as I'm concerned. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Look after your families and stay safe on the battlefield.